everyone, it's Megan with Above Ruby Studio, and today I'm going to use some grunge board letters, and I'm going to show you how to make your own button from scraps around your house. So this is the sheet O, the O sheet from the Alpha Dots. This is Tim Holtz grunge paper or grunge board, and the inside of this O is a perfectly round circle. And if you're using the O, you're probably not going to use this circle here. So I'm just going to show you how you can turn this into your own customized button for a scrapbook layout embellishment. Really, really easy to do. Okay, so we're going to start with our scrap O, and we're going to take some ink of your choice. I'm using some Stampin' Up! Rich Razzleberry and Melon Mambo today for this project. And all I'm going to do is open up my stamp pad. And you can do this however you'd like. I'm just doing this real easily by pressing down right on my stamp pad. You can see the inked image there. And there's many, many ways of doing this, but this is just one I'm showing you. And I'm getting pink all over me. Crafting is a messy business, but a lot of fun. And on the deboss side here, where the image is going in instead of out, this is the emboss, this is the debossed, I'm going to just stamp a little thing using my Rich Razzleberry. And just any background stamp or anything that you like, you can use. I'm just going to set it in there and on a corner of my stamp here. And then what I'm going to do is grab my tiny little 1/8 inch punch, and I'm going to line up where I want my holes to be. Let's see, I'll do it on this side. Sorry. Am I coordinated today? Not so much. Okay, then you just line up where you want your holes to be and punch them through. Right there. Okay, and there is your little button with some scraps there. Now, I'm gonna complete this because it really does just look like paper right now. So we want to complete one side of it. So you can choose which side you want to complete. I'm gonna choose this side. It has a little bit more texture with that stamped image there. Can you see that? And just something cool and different. So I'm gonna use this side here. Okay, and I'm going to grab just a piece of wax paper here because it doesn't stick to it. And on this side, I'm going to grab some liquid embossing. You can use Viva Decor Glass Effects or Glossy Accents from Tim Holtz, whatever you have around. Open up my liquid embossing. And I'm just going to go ahead and put it right on top of my button and really kind of just fill in my button. For another element on the page that I'm using with this button, I'm going to cut out the number 7 in this stitched pattern here. This is from the Simply Sweet cartridge. It's on page 64, and it's the stitched creative feature. I have some yellow cardstock loaded on here. Okay. And I have my size at 3 1/4 inches. I'm going to just go ahead and press the stitched creative feature. I'm going to press the number 7, and it should come up in my window. The number 7 stitched. It's 3 1/4 inches. Speed, pressure, everything at maximum capacity. I'm pressing cut. I'm just going to unload that. So there's my number 7. I also already cut out a blacked out circle in the purple that I'm using. This is from Stampin' Up, so my 7 will just show through that way. Now I grabbed my Cuddle Book for this. I'm just going to open it up. I have my Swiss Dots folder here, and I'm just going to go ahead and Swiss dot the 7 on this card, or on this embellishment. Really easy, just sandwiched between my A plate, B plate. Now I have this cute embossed image. Here is the start. You can see my 2 little buttons up here. Let me zoom in for you. There are the 2 buttons that I made. And I just strung some really small ribbon right on through and then just glued it in a few spots to keep it down with a little curlicue on there. I cut out this flower from behind one of my pictures here. I'll show you on the back. You can see there's a big cutout there. I do this a lot to add extra embellishments to my page. So there that is. Now in this lower corner, I'm going to add this 7 and I'm going to write on here months. Really cute because this is her 7-month picture. So I'm just going to layer this together. Doesn't get a whole lot easier than this. We'll use a little bit of Zig 2-way glue. I'm just going to use my ATG gun to attach the purple to my scrapbook layout. I just need a little piece. Or you know what? Let's use a little ATG on this. With the embossed, and I think this Zig pen is drying up. We have a little problem, but that's okay. Okay, so there it is. That's glued down. Now I can just stick this down. I have a black marker here. I'm going to fill in my stitched lines just to give them a little bit more pop. Here's some Fruit Punch colored stickles. I'm just going to write in my months. Now with a little bit of my Stardust stickles, I'm just going to give a little bit more texture to my already embossed 7. Add on just a few more buttons using my zip dry on the back of these buttons that I made out of the Tim Holtz grunge board. And I'm just going to take the edges like so and just go right around. Okay, so I put some pop dots right on the back of this flower that I embossed. That's the negative cutout of this here. And I'm just going to, do I want to place it there or down here? I was thinking of placing it right here. I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to place it right there. Grab my Fruit Punch stickles again. And I'm just going to add a little bit of extra color. Hershey Kiss tops off. I always call them Hershey Kiss tops when it globs up and it has a point at the top. So there it is. And then I can journal my little, what I want to say about my sweetheart Genevieve right there in that box. Now you can also cut out months, the word months here with your gypsy. You could weld it together. You could just cut it out normally with the Simply Sweet cartridge. This Sweetheart, by the way, I don't think I mentioned it. I cut this out earlier, and that's from the Paisley cartridge. I cut that out at 8 inches with a fit to length, and it cut it out 1.5 inches high. So I did the shadow and the actual word. And you see how I use the ribbons, and I hope that you actually enjoyed this page and have a wonderful day.